Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. Today, I want to talk about whether or not you should break the no contact rule on Valentine's Day, which, as you know, is coming up. And I decided to do this video because I've been seeing comments in the comment section about people saying that they are thinking of sending their ex a card for Valentine's Day, flowers. Their friends are telling them to send flowers or to contact their ex. And so I thought, I better step in here and do a video. But before I start, I want to remind you that you should subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any other future videos of mine. And while you're at it, to tap the bell icon so you'll be notified when a new video is up and also when I do a live stream. So let's start with the actual definition of Valentine's Day. I looked it up, and the first thing that came up was St. Valentine's Day is celebrated on February 14 of each year. The reason why it is celebrated on that day is because this was the day that the patron saint of lovers, St. Valentine, was supposedly executed on. So we're celebrating a day that someone was executed on. Nice. Did you know that? Interesting. So here's the thing. St. Valentine's is the patron saint of lovers. He's not the patron saint of ex-lovers. He's not the patron saint of hopefully together again lovers. He's the patron saint of lovers. You and your ex are no longer lovers. You are no longer in a relationship. So contacting them on Valentine's Day would be like contacting a man on International Women's Day and wishing them a happy International Women's Day. He'd say, you're crazy. I'm not a woman. Why are you contacting me on this day? So that's one of the main reasons to not reach out to your ex on Valentine's Day. You are no longer lovers, you are no longer together, so it's no longer appropriate to contact them. Another great reason is that you're breaking the no contact rule, which hopefully you've been following if you're trying to get an ex back. Now, if you contact them on Valentine's Day or send them flowers or a card, they may say thank you, but that's it. It doesn't mean they're going to get back together with you. And it doesn't even mean that they're going to respond. But what it means for you is that you've now broken no contact. So you have to start the count all over again. So all the good you've done with the no contact and all the suffering that you have to go through during no contact, it was basically for nothing. It gets wiped out. It's like starting a race and you're going and going in this marathon, since no contact is a marathon, not a sprint. And 2 or 3 miles down, you go back to the starting line and you start over. Like, who in their right mind would do that? But that's basically what you're doing when you reach out and you break no contact. And just because you contact them, it doesn't mean that all of a sudden they're going to go, I should get back together with my ex. They contacted me on Valentine's Day. What am I thinking? What am I thinking not getting back together with my ex when they reached out on Valentine's? I'm being sarcastic. So you do not want to break the no contact rule. And then finally, you are rewarding bad behavior because they broke up with you and now you're reaching out to them and wishing them a happy Valentine's Day. So it teaches them that they can break up with you and that you'll just be sitting around waiting for them to call and they can come back to you anytime. So what is the impetus for them to want to hurry up and come back to you? They don't have any because they know that you're just sitting there waiting. So when they feel like it, they'll come back to you. You have to keep in mind that we want to ignore bad behavior, that means no contact, and reward good behavior. And that means that if your ex contacts you and they are humble and or they say something substantial, then you respond. So ignore the bad, reward the good. Now, there are 2 exceptions to whether you should contact your ex on Valentine's Day. And if you've heard my previous video titled 2 exceptions to the no contact rule, then of course you'll know that they are if you cheated on your ex or you took them for granted. Then yes, depending on how long ago the breakup was, how long the no contact period has been after the breakup, you can reach out to them. In fact, you should if you took them for granted or you cheated. But remember, there has to have been a period of no contact, because if they break up with you on Monday and you contact them on Friday, I doubt they're going to want to talk to you, or they're going to want to get back to you, with you. So if you're not sure, if you did one of those two things and you're not sure whether you should contact them, then I would suggest that you reach out to me about private coaching, and that way I can work with you and we can figure out whether or not this is the right time to reach out to them on Valentine's Day. It may not be, but we got to figure out if it is. And if it's not, that's fine. You can reach out down the road. And you can contact me for that at theartoflove.net, where you can also sign up for my newsletter. I only send out 2 very short emails a week, so don't worry, you won't be inundated with emails. So I want to hear from you. What are you going to be doing on Valentine's Day besides not contacting your ex after having listened to this video? If you want to see what I'm going to be doing, you can follow me on Instagram, where I always post the Instagram stories, and the link for that is below in the comments. And my username is Lucia D. That's Luciad. I would love to see you on there. So if you're listening on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe and share. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. And in the meantime, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.